Ready to get started? Have a good battle, friend. I've got some fresh recruits for you. I think you can win this thing. Welcome back. How's it going out there?
We must band together, united for Battlegrounds!
Keep up the momentum, friend. Your minions really pulled their weight. You're doing great out there. Nice work out there. Keep up the pressure. Keep up the momentum, friend. Got some fresh recruits for you.
Hey guys, Snoopy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over some double DPS feral survival games I've had recently with Fluffy Duck. But before I dive into like the actual games, I kind of want to cover like the basics of this comp. And that is that you want to get a stun trap on the healer with either a bash or the pet stun. And then you want to stun up the DPS, and that's kind of when you do your damage. That's when you usually score a kill. Outside of traps, you want to be kiting a lot and just like maintaining bleeds if you can. But yeah, it's all about the traps, and let's dive into the games. Alright, so the first game I'm going to go over is versus Resto Shaman Demon Hunter. This comp is usually quite hard. You can see the Demon actually misclicks his darkness here, which is a bit unfortunate for him, but yeah, that doesn't really change how the game goes too much. So we open up. We'll get a lot of damage instantly, and this is one thing you do. You can force a lot of CDs in opener. They kind of panic, and they click both trinkets and blur. So now we're just gonna wait for the next trap. At this point, if we play this correctly, the game is pretty much ours. We just gotta get a stun trap on the Shaman, a stun on the Demon Runner, and he should die. There are Bash Shaman. Maim the Demon Runner. And then he dies. One trick is on Demon Hunters, you can Skull Bash to instantly stun them so they won't be able to pre-blade dance it. And it kind of catches them off guard a little bit. But yeah, that is the first game. Alright, so for the second game here, we got Holy Priest, Elisham as the opponents. One thing that can be annoying here is the Holy Ward. So my plan is to rake the Holy Ward and then instantly stun the Shaman. Then we get a pet stun trap on the Priest. So here we go. Pet stun the Priest into full trap. And here are the Priest trinkets, and we'll get walls. So now we got pretty much the two biggest defensive cooldowns they have. And the Holy Spirit thingamajig from the healer. So that's just to run, and then next go, we should be able to score the kill. Again, you can see that like we get a big opener, a trap on the healer, and you force some big cooldowns, then you run, you go in again, next trap, and you'll probably score the kill. Or the third trap. So let's see here. Get a clean re. And I'm going to rake on the ward again, and then bash the healer into a stun on the Shaman here. Maldic him. He fakes my kick actually, but this is fine because Fluffy gets the kick. And there's not much the Priest can do here because he's already used Holy Ward. No, I mean.
I didn't like that one either. Here's a gold for the trouble.
We must band together, united for Battlegrounds.
the guardian thing, and yeah, he just dies. All right, so the next game here is a game that did not go too well in the start, but we kind of managed to salvage it and turn the tables pretty fast here. So gonna skip through some of this because it took a while till we find the rogue.
You know, I think you could win this whole thing.
Alright, so here Fluffy finds the rogue. I rakes on him. We don't get the pest on the healer, so he's gonna double Ferris, which is really bad for us, usually. But I get a half stun on the rogue, get big pressure, dressed him, and here we force both trinkets. The priest panics and trinkets is stunned into a full trap. So at this point, the rogue is in a pretty bad spot. Use evasion and cloak. I get a full clone on the priest. Rogue stuns me here, which is fine. I cannot trinket because this is blind, so yeah, trinket is gonna be bad. Into a half clone, but the priest just flops. So here's one more example of having a lot of pressure, making them panic, and they overuse CDs, which you can capitalize really hard on the next go. Alright, so now I'm going to show some games where we can just overwhelm the enemy in the opener. Again, if playing Delta BS, so you have a lot of pressure. If you play 2 bike trinkets, maybe 2 dress trinkets, you can pretty much just one-shot someone. So let's see here. I think we find the rogue in the opener here. There we go. Find the rogue, rakes on him. We send in 2 bikes. Have a lot of pressure. Actually, DR rakes on him, but he got feint off. Priest gets full trapped here. Priest is playing Relentless. The rogue clicks evasion and cloak. It's not trinket though, so he's really low HP. And he starts running. I go over, clone the priest, but the rogue just dies. So here's an example of like the enemy doesn't expect the pressure, so they don't trinket insta. And when they use the defensives, it's too late, and they're already dead. And this can happen quite a lot with this comp. Again, you have so much pressure, you can just instantly do, and people don't expect it. Alright, so the next one here, we got a Holy Paladin Windwalker comp we're facing. This is one more example of... one-shotting the enemy pretty much. The monk pushes in. I'm going to go rakes on him. Send in the 2 bikes there. DR rakes stun. Bite. He falls real low. He has a small gap to karma. It doesn't react fast enough, and he dies. Most of these games are played on around 2,400 mark, plus minus. So the enemy, they're not bad players. But again, you have so much pressure that if you don't expect it, you can definitely just get caught off guard and instantly die. Okay, so this next game here, we have Ellie Missiver, a pretty hard comp. They also have grounding totem we gotta look out for, so they can ground a trap, which is very bad for us. The plan is here to do stun the shaman with a pet stun on the healer into a full trap, and hopefully get a big opener. We open up, send in the bikes, try to get some pressure. He does not take that much damage, but we stay in. He claws me here. Claw is really scary. You definitely want to wall claw in this comp, so you don't randomly die. Because again, you have no healer, so you can get punished quite hard. Last me here, I Trinket Lasso. Trying to avoid as much damage as I can while I don't have my own pressure going.
That'll do some damage.
He likes his... Here we got Wall. And Cocoon. Now they use pretty much every defensive outside of Trinkets. So they kind of overspend CDs here. Grounding, kill the grounding. Full clone Sham now. He Trinkets. I'm going to half clone him off this. We get a full trap on the healer. We maim. Bash the healer. He's going to treat the bash, but it's too late, and down goes. So this game is a pretty good example of not getting a huge opener, but still getting defensive cooldowns from staying in a bit more, avoiding their damage, walling the claw, trinketing the lasso, but still getting your pressure in, and we actually force most cities outside of our go. They get scared. We're 2 DPSs, so we have that fear of big damage all the time. So they try to use cooldowns early on, and it ends up being pretty bad for them. And the next go, they have trinkets, but nothing else, so they both die. Or the Shaman dies. Okay, so the comp facing right here is actually one of the comps we struggle with the most. We usually lose this comp, but here we get a really good opener, which sets it up for the whole game. He actually gets me out, though, which is not very good. Kick dependence, stuff some damage. Here comes to me, we get a pest on the healer into full trap. I go, Shadow Meld the Rake Stun. And here we get that really big pressure, so he trinkets and turtles. I think he human bleeds, not quite sure.
You're good at this.
I'm not tracking human trinket. He traps me, but he doesn't really know what to do, so I ends up just like breaking the trap and going for me. Malik onto me. Malik is really scary as comp. You definitely want to watch out for it because you have no dispels for it. That's the Faraldred. So I'm kind of gonna run here, avoid some damage. Going again. I want to get bleeds going now for the next go because the next go here is really important to score the kill. If you don't kill the next go now, you're in big trouble. Maim here. Claw me, gotta live this now, so I'm gonna wall. We'll get the trap. Hunter starts to run. I get my just off, and down goes. Again, this is a really hard comp to beat as Feral Hunter, mainly because if you don't force her to opener, you're pretty much done for. But he didn't pet sack for some reason, and we got the win, so that's good. Okay, sir.
Hey everyone, Carrie from Lake Washington PT in downtown Kirkland. I just wanted to share with you guys a great opportunity to meet your physical therapy needs. For the next 2 weeks, we're going to be offering a free telehealth assessment with your favorite physical therapist. So this is some time that you can ask questions about a new injury or a persistent injury and really get on the track to recovery. You can find details in...
So we're facing another pretty hard comp. I think I'm playing Dress and Bike here, which is a mistake.
Nice work out there. Keep up the pressure. Go ahead and hire one of these recruits. Who knows what secrets with them? Exactly what you were looking for. It's not the strongest, but it'll fight hard.
When it comes to picking trinkets. Maybe I did swap to Malik, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, DK Restor, pretty hard comp. Open up, breaks on him. Send the bike in. And here we actually get Trinket from the DK. Full trap, the Druid. I think Trinket is right. Druid Trinket's the trap. He's
Any defeat that doesn't destroy you makes you strong. And hire one of these recruits. Go big or go home, I always say. Keep up the momentum, friend. Nice work out there. Keep up the pressure. That's what I would have picked. You're down a minion and up a gold.
Shield for Argus.
I think you can win this thing. Minions really pulled their weight. Down a minion and up a gold. mighty honor you, little friend. That'll do some damage.